Right. Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Harakak. We give double honors to our teachers, apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahushua, puts this truth across for a win. Go up there and see what she wants. Okay. Salaki for that. I'm going to do this over again. Somebody was calling while I was saluting. We give infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem Rakakadash. We give double honors to our teachers, apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahushua. Right? On this topic, it's not going to be that long. The times we're living in, we don't have much time here in America. So we're living in a time where the only thing you should be doing is getting your house in order. Through the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. All right? Fear is the beginning of wisdom. All right? So the way you start to learn to love Yahweh Shema Shai is by fearing him. When you're fearing him, you're going to always make sure you're doing what's well pleasing to him. All right? Because we need him to protect us. We need him to provide for us. All right? We need him to take care of our families, all right? Take care of our brothers. And he only deals with those that obey his word. Obedience is better than sacrifice, all right? So the times we're living in, you're either going to submit to him, okay? You're either going to get down or lay down, all right? So I'm going to start off in the book of Ecclesiastes. I'm going to start at chapter 7. Chapter 7, Salakia. Phone malfunction. Bear with me, Aki. Damn. This phone ain't good. Notice. This phone ain't never gave me no problems. All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. All right. So you have to be begging Yahweh Shema Shai to give you wisdom. But before he gives you wisdom, he got to see that you fear him. All right. He got to see that you are sincerely seeking him. All right. And when he's going to, then wisdom is going to try you by hard ways, by forward ways, to see you if you're worthy of her. Then when he gives you wisdom, all right, it becomes a defense to you. All right. Because how is wisdom a defense to us? Wisdom gives you circumcises your ears and circumcises your heart where you can understand the scriptures. All right. And that becomes a defense to you. Us knowing what the radio frequency identification chip is, all right, because wisdom has supped with us, is a defense to us. All right. So we know not to go do it. All right. Us reading these scriptures and learning that our Heavenly Father is a terrible power, and he rolls over and annihilate those that disrespect him and transgress his word. Wisdom teaches us to fear him, and it's a defense to us, okay? And it reads, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense, all right? And we coming in a time where money ain't gonna be able to do shit for you. I mean, money is a defense when you're living in a society, all right? When you're living in a society that's up and running, that's what money is good for. But guess what? In this society that we're living in, money is not going to be a defense for you, all right? Because the stock market is going to crash. And when you read Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, Yahweh Shema Shai say they're going to throw their silver and gold in the streets, all right? Because that's why they went out for it. They love money. They love riches. So money is not going to be a defense for you. When the scriptures say money is a defense, it's talking about if you're in a society that's thriving and running, yes, it's a defense for you. But in the last days, money ain't going to be a defense for no one. Money, Esau got all of the riches of the earth. And guess what? According to James, the 5th chapter, he stored up all of those riches to do what? Get fire in his bosom. So wisdom is the defense that you got to yearn for and beg the Lord to give you, man. All right, because it's going to stabilize us in these wicked times that we're living in. Okay. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to them that have it. Okay. So for us to prosper and get through Jacob's trouble, all right, we have to get this excellent knowledge that Yahweh Shema Shai has bestowed on them that fear him. Okay. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 22. And it reads, but Yahweh is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. All right. So right now you're supposed to be having a relationship with Yahweh Shema Shai, seeking him, all right, and doing this daily. All right. So he can be your refuge in your time of need, man. All right. When you call on him, you want him to be near. When all hell breaks loose in the society, man, and the drought comes, the waters get tainted and poisoned. Okay. When a sore famine hits the land, all right, and when people get in despair, what do people do? They call on, oh God, oh Jesus, all right, calling on a title, his title and his name, and a foreign name, a abominable name is not going to get you delivered. Okay, having that relationship and calling on Yahweh Shema Shai, and you're living according to his word. All right, that's what's going to get you delivered. Okay, that's when he's going to be a defense to you. All right, when he see that you obeyed his word. Okay, it's for tripping. All right, so he's a defense and he's a refuge to those that diligently seek him and diligently study his word, live according to his word, and do his word. Okay, now to everybody else that's not getting down with his operation, all right, they're going to be utterly destroyed. All right, this is the book. I'm gonna go to Job, the 21st chapter. This is Job 21, verse. No, I'm supposed to go to Job, first chapter. All right, this is Job 1 and 9. All right, and it reads, Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, do Job fear the Most High for naught? All right, it's all about fear. All right, the Most High love those that fear him. And Yahweh asked Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Because Satan's job is to go through the earth seeking who he can devour, seeking who he can make fall. All right, Satan don't be worried about no wicked nigga, no 2/3, no son of Belial. When Satan going through the earth seeking who he can follow, he's looking for men of the Lord. All right, men that sup with Yahweh Shema Shai. And Yahweh Shema Shai told him, hey, you consider my servant Job? You think you can make him fall? And so, and Satan's response was, he said, do Job fear you for nothing? All right, and then look what he said. Has not thou made an hedge about him? Okay. When you fear the Lord, he puts a hedge around you. He puts protection around you. Okay. And about his house and about your household. All right. And about all that he has on every side. When you fear the Lord and keep his commandments, he protects you on every side. That's why King David said, I've never seen a righteous forsaken or their seed begging bread. Okay. And it reads, thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. All right. That's why things written aforetime were written for our learning. When we do the things Job did, guess what? Yahweh Shema Shai is going to cover us and put that hedge of protection around us too. But if you're not doing what Job did, if you haven't sought Yahweh Shema Shai, when all these calamities fall in society, when civil unrest come, nigga gonna kick in your motherfucking door, come in there and spoil you, your wife, and your children. All right, these are the things that's gonna happen. All right, when you read Matthew the 24th chapter, it say so much is gonna be so chaotic that the earth since the earth been in orbit, nothing has never happened to what's going to happen in this final hour, man. All these women are at ease, these men are at ease, thinking they're going to go from work, go to their jobs, pay their bills, and come home, look at the news and shit. They're in for a rude awakening, man. All right, all of them. Everybody that think since this tranquilizer and this pestilence has came out, oh, things are going to get back to normal. Things is never going to get back to normal. Things is only going to get worse. And the only ones that's going to get comforted is those that have their hedge of Yahweh Shem Shah around them, man. All right? And we're going to see, because it's written that Yahweh Shem Shah say, the day is going to come, then you're going to know who is his chosen. All right? This is Iraq. I'm going to go to chapter 36. I'm going to start at verse 25. And it reads, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. Okay? If Yahweh Shem Shai don't have no hands on you, all right, when you have these Gurgle troopers, these hired mercenaries, when these storm troopers come into a neighborhood near you, you're going to be spoiled. When silver unrest come and everybody in want of bread, if they think you got canned goods in your house, if they think you got food in your house, they're going to kick your door in, throw bricks through your windows, and they're going to come in your house and have their way with you. If you don't have the hedge of Yahweh Shem Shai around you, you're going to get spoiled. Okay? Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. All right, 2/3 of our people, all the people you see in society, your mother, your father, your sisters, your cousin, all right, they don't have the hedge of Yahweh Shem Shai around them. All right, they're not submitting to Yahweh Shem Shai's word. They're going to get spoiled. That's why we always push out that emotional connection you have to your family. You have to cut it off because they're going to die. All right, they're going to conform to Esau's rules and regulations. And when that happens, they're going to be an enmity with Yahweh Shem Shai. And when this overcoming scourge come, they're going to be carried away in it. So if you got this emotional connection, you want to go back and save Big Mama. You want to go and try to save them. When the Most High throw them lightning bolts at them, you're going to get hit because you're not in the spirit. Okay? You have to be in the spirit. All right? And the spirit tell us not to be unequally yoked with unbelievers. So if your family, your biological family are unbelievers, and you still got that, you're yoked to them, talking about you love them, all right, you're at enmity with Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You're supposed to be using this time to get in the spirit, and the spirit tell you to only deal with like-minded people. Let's see what he told Ezra. Let's see what he told Ezra. This is the book of Ezra, 2nd Ezra, chapter 8. I'm going to go like to, all right, 50. Where I'm going to start at? Here we go. I'm going to start at 47. All right, let's see what Yahweh Shem Shai told Ezra when Ezra was worried about the 2/3, worried about his biological family, so on and so forth. All right, when he was worried about the whole nation. All right, the Most High is not worried about the whole nation right now. He's worried about the elect. Okay, but thou comest far short that thou should be able to love my creature more than I. All right, Yahweh Shem Shai say you don't love your family members more than me. All right, what it is, I know it's no help for your families. The best thing that can happen to your families is they need to be put to death. Then they go, when they wake up in the spirit realm, they're going to be in their right minds. There's nothing you can tell our family members right now. Our family members are drunk off of Western philosophy, okay? And it reads, all right? I have oftentimes drawn nigh unto thee and unto it but never to the unrighteous. Okay? All right? Yahweh Shema Messiah say he don't deal with the unrighteous. He don't deal with the unbelievers. All right? He only deal with those that fear him. Okay? And this also, thou art marvelous before the Most High. If you're receiving this truth, you're marvelous in his eyes. He know that you fear him. Okay? And that thou hast humbled thyself as it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much gloried amongst the righteous. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the later times, shall dwell in the world. All right? So these great miseries that shall be done, our families are going to get caught in that rapture. All right? And you can see it clear as day. Most of them tranquilized. So, all right, if they tranquilize already, what's going to happen when that radio frequency identification chip is put on society and the government mandates it? They're going to go get it. They done. So what are you sitting here loving them for? All right, you know they're enemies. I agree. Who that was? King David say, "Don't I hate them that hate thee, O Lord?" All right, and you just mean to love them less. You have to love them less. It don't mean you hate your mom and look at your mom and look at her like you look at an Edomite. No, it's you have to love her less. You have to disconnect that emotional connection from her, because she's going to conform to her father, the devil. Okay? For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter times, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understand for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. And that's what he told Ezra. Man, only go deal with those that are like-minded like you. All right? That's who you worry about, the elect. Don't worry about everybody else. If they're not conforming to this word, so be it. Let them go on about on their own merry way. All right? Matthew 12:30, our great king say, either with me or against me. Either gather in the flock or you scatter in the broad, man. So those that know conform to my word, he told Ezra, man, let them go ahead. All right? They loathed my law when a place of repentance was given to them, man. Okay? And the way they loathe his law is when the servants out here prophesying, they reject his word. They talk crazy about us. They say we look crazy. They say we're in a cult, so on and so forth. And that be the Most High trying to suck with their asses, man. Okay? This is Jeremiah. And I'm going to start at chapter 22. This is Jeremiah chapter 22, verse 2. It reads, and say, hear the word of Yahweh, O King of Judah, that sitteth upon the throne of David, thou and thy servants and thy people that enter in these gates. All right, this is what the Most High told Jeremiah to proclaim to the nation of Israel. All right, and he started from the top. He said to the king of Judah, all right, and pronounce this to all of the people, whether they hear or forbear. Okay, thus saith Yahweh, execute judgment and righteousness and deliver the spoil out of the hand of the oppressor. All right, and that's what the prophets are doing right now. All right, when we out here prophesying, all right, giving you this doctrine of life, we're trying to deliver you out of the hand of the oppressor. All right, we're trying to deliver you from the destroyer. All right, telling you to repent, come back to your nationality, keep your customs, keep your culture, and fear Yahweh by Shema Shah with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Okay, this is the lot of a prophet. Okay, execute judgment and righteousness and deliver the spoil out of the hand of the oppressor, and do no wrong and do no violence to the stranger. Okay, the fatherless nor the widow, neither shed innocent blood in this place. And when you look at America, that's all that go on around our people. Niggas shed each other blood. They have no mercy on the fatherless. Everything our great king put on the spirit of Jeremiah to write right here, our people do it. They don't care about the widow. All right. In fact, they make a woman a fucking widow. They go kill her fucking husband and make her a fucking widow. All right. So this is what's going to happen to everybody rocking out to that vibration. And that's black culture. That's hip hop culture. Okay. For if you do this indeed, then shall you enter in by the gate of the house of the king, sitting on the throne of David, riding in chariots and on horses, and he and his servants and his people. All right, if you conform to his word, you're going to go into the kingdom of heaven. All right, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be merciful to you. You're going to march in the kingdom with the saints. All right, but if you will not hear these words, I swear by myself, saith Yahweh, and thy house shall become a desolation. All right, that's what he's giving them, an ultimatum. He's giving them an ultimatum to didn't I give it to you earlier, Ezra?
No.
You didn't tell her I was doing something?
Yeah, I got to get to the store before it's closed.
Go look in the car over there. I don't have it. Don't come bother me no more. So lock you for that. All right. All right. But in the scripture, Yahweh Shema Shai gave the nation of Israel an ultimatum: submit to me or die. We're about to see. Okay. But if you not hear the words, I swear by myself, saith Yahweh, that this house shall become a desolation. All right. And the way your house is going to become a desolation in these last days, your house is literally going to be spoiled. All right. People going to kick in your fucking door, kill you, and take everything you have, man. Or if they don't do that, they're going to, these troops are going to come snatch you out your house and take you into a fucking concentration camp, and you'll never behold your house, never again. All right. This is what happened when you don't submit to his word. Okay. But thus saith Yahweh unto the king house of Judah, thou art Gilead unto me, and the head of Lebanon. Yet surely I will make thee a wilderness, and the cities which shall not be inhabited. And that's going to happen here in America, man. You go in these neighborhoods where it's full of people, man, it's not going to have people in these neighborhoods. All right, wherever you dwell. Your neighbor that lives next door to you, he's going to die. All right? Everybody that's on 2 streets over, 4 streets over, all right, it's going to become a wilderness in that neighborhood because nobody's going to be there. All right? This is the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right? And I will prepare destroyers against thee. All right? And those destroyers that he's prepared against you, first and foremost, are coming from the spirit realm. You got angels holding 4 winds of destruction. When he let go of those 4 winds, those are going to be a bunch of fucking demons and imps descending on the planet Earth, millions of them, billions of them, and they're going to be jumping on humans. And guess what? When these humans get consumed, they're going to want to just kill one another. They're going to kill each other. Okay? Those are the destroyers he's sending. He's sending angels of death, man. Literally. He's sending billions of grim reapers to the planet Earth to destroy and appease his wrath, man. Okay? And I will prepare destroyers against thee, and every one with his weapons, and they shall cut down the choice cedars and cast them into the fire. Now look, to show you that these are going to be literal angels of death. Let me get a scripture right there. Okay? This is Ezekiel 9:1. He cried also in my ears with a voice saying, cause them that have charge over the city. All right? And he's talking the ones that have charge over the city is these angels. All right? Even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. All right? When you read Ezekiel 9, all right, these is talking about angels. All right? And let's see what he's telling these angels to do. And by behold, 6 men came. All right? Dang, this phone is tripping. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lied towards the north, and every man with a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with the linen with a writer's inkhorn. Now that's an angel that's documented everything he's seen. Because in these end days, all right, books are going to be written about what's going on in this modern day of Acts, all right? And all of these calamities is going to come to the planet Earth. All these things are going to be documented, okay? Just like in the ancient time of old, we're reading things that were documented, okay? And they went and stood before the brazen altar. And the glory of Yahweh of Israel was gone in from the cherub, okay? I lost where I was. Was going up from the cherub whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn. And the Lord said to him, go through the midst of the city and go through the midst of the city of Jerusalem and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right? So those are the ones that submit to his word. Those are the ones that conform to his word with fear and trembling. All right? That mark that we're reading about is a mark of exemption from judgment. All right? And to the others, he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smites. The word smite is an old English word that means kill. People don't really use that word smite anymore. That was the old English, how they used to talk back in those days. All right, smite can mean punch somebody, or smite can mean kill somebody, okay? And it reads, go through the hitty smite, and let not your eyes spare, neither have you pity. Slay utterly. Slay is another word for kill. That's another old English word that is not really used in these modern terms. All right. Slay means kill utterly, old, young, both maids and little children and women. All right. Now I brought all of that out because when you go in those upper verses, all right, those men with those destroying weapons in their hand are fucking angels of death, man. They're angels of death. All right. And these angels are going to descend on humans and consume their bodies, because when an angel possesses you, man, you ain't in control. You're not in control. And it's going to put the spirit on people to slay each other like madmen. What the scriptures say in the book of Ezra, they're going to be slaying each other like madmen, sparing none. All right, because they're going to be demon possessed. The people in this society are going to be in a demon-like, a zombie-like mentality. Really, you know, me speaking as a man, that's exactly what the fuck they're going to be, zombies. All right, we're going to have a fucking zombie apocalypse where everybody's going to be mad. They're going to lose their minds, the cognitive function, and all they're going to do is kill one another. All right, and this is what happens when you reject Yahweh Shem Shai's word, man. Okay. All right. The next scripture I'm gonna get is the book of Hosea. Chapter 4, verse 6, and it reads, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. See, that word destroyed is all throughout scriptures. All right. And the Most High say, my people, his people, he's going to destroy them for a lack of knowledge. Do he destroy you just for not knowing? No, this is the reason he destroyed you, because thou hast rejected knowledge. All right, that's why you're going to get destroyed, because you rejected it. All right, when you reject your servants, you reject him. All right, he say, when you reject your servants, you reject me, and when you reject me, you reject him that sent me. All right, he say he's a jealous power. All right, you sitting here conforming to all the mandates this damn devil put out, all his unrighteous decrees, you follow them. But when it comes to me, and I said, my spiritual forecast is to come out here and warn you and tell you to get your fucking house in order. And what do? You reject them. All right. In fact, you do more than reject them. You straight up kill some of them. All right. When a king puts his signet on his on the person that he sends to a land to give his decree, all right, this is how they used to do it in the ancient world. That person that's bringing his decree is a representation of that king. So when you kill that king, or you ridicule that person that's coming in the name of the king, you're doing it to the king, man. So when the prophets out here prophesying, telling the nation of Israel, come conform to this word, and what do our people do? We've been out there for years. The vast majority of them walk by like they don't hear you. If they do come up, they scoff, they talk shit. They doing that to Yahweh Shem Shai. And how Yahweh Shem Shai don't play. That's why we go all these scriptures and you just see all this great death that he's telling you he's going to do to them. And he makes good of his word. He watches over his word to perform it. He's a man that he cannot lie. All right. Though these things tear, they surely going to come to pass, man. All right. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of Yahweh, I will also forget thy children. Okay? And the way he's going to forget thy children, he's not going to utterly slaughter you. That's why Yahweh's anger always run deeper than us, our anger. Like if we get mad at a person, we are mad at that person. All right? But when Yahweh get mad at you, he would kill you, he would kill your children, he would kill your animals, he would burn down your property, sow salt. All right, so he said, I'm gonna forget you. I'm not only gonna destroy you, I'm gonna destroy your children. So in these last days, children gonna be on barbecue grills. All right. In fact, he's gonna let them angels, those demons, lunatic spirits that's gonna descend on the earth. He's gonna put them on these parents to kill their children and put them on barbecue grills. This is what happens when you disrespect Yahweh Shema Shah. And when we bring out this truth, all right, raw and uncut, we are what? What do we call extremists? That sounds extreme, right? No. This has happened aforetime. Things written aforetime was done for our learning. We could go in the scriptures and show it. And every time Yahweh Shema Shah come down on the nation of Israel, these are the things that happen. The women get ravaged. The famine hits the land, and then they resort to cannibalism. All right? All of this is in the scriptures. And this is what, and it's going to happen like no time under the sun in these final hours, in these last days, man. That's why it's imperative to seek Yahweh Shema why he may be found, because time is almost up, man. All right? Our message is basically the same week in and week out, you know. Radio frequency identification chip, mandates, don't you know what I'm saying? Civil unrest. It's because it's just a few prophecies we're waiting for to come to pass, and then hey, once the hour of temptation comes, hey, our great King coming to the planet is upon us. All right, I mean we don't have years in this place, man. All right, if you got a young child, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, they're not gonna make it to college. We don't got 10 years in this motherfucker. All right. In fact, this society so fucked up, ain't they probably gonna make it to college because the economy is gonna crash, man. Life as you know it is going to get worse and worse and worse. All right. This is a first world country, man. You call you a brick fall on your foot, or you get bit by a snake. You can press 911 and a fucking ambulance come to your house to work on you. A medical expert to come to your house and work on you. All right. This bitch about to turn to a third world country overnight. All right. All of those pleasantries that you take for granted, hey, you're not gonna have it. It's gonna be like you live in Somalia around this bitch. All right, it's not calling 911 is a first world privilege, man. To come help you, to come cater you. Going to the Salvation Army so you can get something to eat because you're hungry is a first world privilege. Okay, these things are gonna be taken away. And it's gonna be like you back in the Stone Age. Get it how you live, survival of the fittest. All right, and this is gonna happen here in America, and people can't see it. They can't see it because the Most High haven't given them eyes to see. What he say? He's gonna send them a strong delusion where they believe lies. All right, this place, a third world country means you don't have running water. All right, you gotta filter your water. If it's cold, you gotta go get fire to make a fire. There's no electricity. All right, you hurt yourself, you better know what roots and herbs to go get to heal your fucking self, because there ain't no such thing as going to a fucking hospital. All right, that's what's about to happen here in America, man, in the coming days. All right, this is Proverbs. No, this is go to Second Ezra. Bear with me. Chapter 16. All right, this Second Ezra, chapter 16. I'm gonna start at verse 17. Woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? All right. Ezra was privileged by Yahweh Shema Shah, and I say privileged to look into the future, thousands of years in the future, and see all of this calamities, to see all of this turmoil. And the reason he's privileged, because when you read Revelation, the first chapter, it say, blessed is he that read the book of this prophecy. So just imagine if you ain't even read the book of the prophecy and you was able to look in the future, get carried in the spirit, and the Most High send you a hologram where you can see it. All right? And look, when he saw all this hell, look, this how you know everybody gonna be calling on him. When he saw this hell, he saw himself in the turmoil. He say, woe is me, who would deliver me in the days? You're gonna need a deliverer. And look, this is a man of the Lord. This is a man that understands spiritual things. And he knew in those days, he saw this hell, he was gonna need a deliverer. He wasn't gonna be able to deliver himself. When you got ICBMs about to descend on a fucking continent and it's gonna destroy the whole continent, you need a deliverer. It's nothing you can do to deliver yourself. Okay? But even before the ICBMs hit, he seen the pestilence running, ravaging the land. He seen people killing each other with the sword, people just destroying each other. Every famine in the land, people starving to death. All right, dying of thirst. He was like, who's going to deliver me in those days? All right. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Salaki, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. All right. And great. And he used the adjective great. All right. He didn't just say death. He said great death. And they found it. They said great death. Okay. The beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall you do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine, plague, tribulation, anguish are sent for scourges for a minute. All right. But for all those things, they should not turn from their wickedness. That's the point right there. All right. Nor be always minded of the scourges. All right. For these things not to befall you, you have to turn from your wickedness, man. All right. That's what the prophets are out here for. To give you warning. Lord willing, you take heed and you turn from your wickedness. Turn from the ways that you've been taught to live here in America. America is satanic. This is a satanic society, man. All right. What we learned at school, what we learned reading almanacs, and a lot of history is all about lies. It's tainted. What we learned in philosophy, American history, all that shit, it's all satanic. It's all lies. If it got a bit of truth in it, it's wrapped in lies, right? So for you to learn righteousness, the only way you're gonna learn it is a man. The Most High is gonna raise up a man to teach you how to be righteous. All right, you can't read these scriptures and come and get an understanding of the scriptures on your own. All right, he's gonna put a man in your path to have this knowledge, and he's gonna teach you how to be righteous. The elders of Great Millstone, the Most High put them on that line that goes out through the earth. All right, which is the internet, and he had them put the spirit on him to put the breakdowns, to go out there and prophesy so we could learn righteousness, man. All right. And then when we learned it, freely we received, freely we gave this doctrine to somebody else. All right. And it's a warning. It's a stern warning, man. You got the prophets out there warning the people. All right. And it's sad to say most of our people are not going to repent. So all this turmoil, death that we're reading about is going to befall them. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Hey, look and see if it's in there. And y'all looked in the car? I'm not about to stop doing a sit down. All right, Proverbs chapter 5, verse 1. My son, attend unto my wisdom and bow thy ear to understanding. All right, this is what gets you delivered. All right, bow your ear to understanding. Who are you going to hear prophesying and teaching understanding? The men of the Lord. All right, you're not going to get around it. All right, you're going to have to swallow your pride, become humble and contrite, and come submit under a man if you want to get delivered out of America. Most High is going to raise up a man to teach you righteousness. All right, that thou mayest regard discretion and that thy lips may keep knowledge. All right, you got to learn how to be discreet. All right, knowledge is taught, so you have to come learn knowledge. All right, for the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. All right, who is this strange woman? Now, most I like in other philosophies. All right, that enmity with his to a strange woman. All right, That's what the strange woman is. That's a metaphor. All right? A strange woman represents wayward philosophy. Okay? But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. All right? When you live according to this American jargon, all right, this Western philosophy, your end is a two-edged sword. You're going to be put to death. All right? Her feet go down to death, and her steps take hold on hell. This is hell. All right? When you believe all of the bullshit we were taught here in America, a man's supposed to open the door for a woman. She walk over a puddle, you take off your jacket and throw it on the ground. All right? That's some bullshit, man. All right? That's some bull fucking shit. Man, you don't do that to no woman that's not conforming to your rules and regulations. All right? He created a woman to serve us. All right? He created the woman for a man, not a man for a woman. I'm not saying you don't take care of your woman, but you don't make yourself a fool. You don't just be around here going out of your way to take care of her, and she's not serving you. He looked at Adam. He said, Adam needs a mate. Adam needs help. Adam needs a servant. Okay? But here in America, that's what you're taught. Okay? You're taught that he created all the nations under the earth equal. All right? When you read Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, and Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, it clearly tells you that he did not create you to be equal with a heathen, man. These heathens are detestable people. They don't have a law or a code of ethics where they could decipher from clean and unclean and holy from unholy. So you're better than them. All right? But this is what this place teaches you, man. Universalism. The Most High is against universalism. He's a separatist. He keeps, that's what is holy. Be ye, holy means to be ye separate, man. All right? But this is what that strange woman teaches you. Bear with me, Salaki. Stupid ass phone, man. Okay? Where was I? Lest thou shalt ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou cannot know them. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove far from her, and come not to the door of her house, and come not to the door of her house. All right? And what is he talking about? Everything we learn here in America. And that's why the book of Micah say, depart from this place will pollute you. It's not saying leave literally or physically. It's talking about the things you were taught here. Scratch that, erase that, all right? And learn this doctrine of life, all right? So you have to stop buying Christmas trees, celebrating Valentine's Day, celebrating these holidays, going in voting booths, voting for a fucking emperor to rule over you who do not believe in the same things you believe, all right? When you do those things, you go into the door of this strange woman's house, all right? And that house is going to be utterly destroyed, okay? Lest thou give thine honor unto others. And how do you give your honor to others? When you destroy, what does the Most High do? When you don't obey his word, he put the heathen over you and have the heathen lording over you, all right? And that's why we here in America under the basis of men ruling over us, okay? And thy years unto the cruel, all right? We've been here, over here in America 400 some years, and who's ruling over us? A cruel Lord. Cruel Lord, all right? Let strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. Now, Jerusalem is our home of nevertility, all right? Nativity. So like it'd be hard for me to pronounce some words, all right? So when you look over there, all right, Jerusalem, the joy of the whole earth, you got heathens over there enjoying what's ours, all right? That's our land, all right? That's our heritage, all right? They let you know these scriptures, when wisdom speak, hey, if you can't get it, the Most High not dealing with you, all right? Strangers are filled with our wealth, all right? They're going around calling themselves Israelites, man. That's the highest honor you could be on the planet Earth, a fucking Israelite, man, all right? The worst thing you could be called is an African American, man. A Hebrew Israelites from a various tribe, that's a high honor from Yahweh Shem Shai. You could have been born a fucking Moabite, fucking gook or something, man. All right? And thy labors be in the house of a stranger. And thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. All right? And then our people are so bugged out, so out of touch with reality, they're not mourning. They're not in the house of mourning. All right? They're so detached from reality. This wine is so wicked. They think they're in heaven. They are happy with working for these damn devils, making their corporations excel more. All right, you raise up, you probably go up the ranks and become a manager, and they think they living on a holy hill. No, man. We're supposed to be ruling, man. We're the rulers. We're the guardians of the galaxy. All right, you sold yourself for nothing, man. Be a fucking manager, or be a CEO at a 500. At a Fortune 500 company. That ain't shit. When you're supposed to be ruling the quasars, ruling the planet, ruling the galaxies, all right? And you got a couple $1 million in your bank, that ain't shit. That's a horrible trade-off, all right? And say, have I hated instruction? And my heart despise reproof. And this is what happens when you hate destruction and despise reproof. And have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instruct me, the prophets, okay? I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly, drinking waters out of, I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly, okay? Drink waters out of thy own cistern and running waters out of thy own wall. That's what we're supposed to be doing. All right? The waters that we're supposed to be drinking is this doctrine of life that Yahweh gave the nation of Israel to follow. Okay? We shouldn't be drinking, listening to no pulpit pimp that went to fucking seminary school. All right? That's bitter. That water is full of wormwood. It's bitter. All right? We're supposed to be getting the doctrine, the apostles' doctrine that the Most High gave the apostles of Great Millstone to teach across the four winds. That's the sweet waters we're supposed to be drinking. The rivers of living waters, all right? Those are our cisterns, okay? Drink waters out of thy own cistern and running waters out of thy own well. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, okay? And rivers of water in the streets, all right? And these waters is wisdom, man, all right? The wisdom from on high. We supposed to be pronouncing this doctrine of life across the four winds, and we doing that through the internet, man. And this wisdom is supposed to be running in the streets. That's why, hey, this devil is doing what he's doing, all right? Because this wisdom is turning the world upside fucking down, all right? That's and what happened in the early church? They went up against them and say these men. And that doctrine they're teaching has turned the world upside down. That's what we're doing right now, all right? Because we're putting these rivers of living water throughout the planet, and this earth is covered in gross darkness, all right? The devil has put a covering cast over, so the people's minds can't see. The people's minds are polluted. But now we out here teaching this doctrine of life, being a light to the Gentiles, being light bearers, and people are waking up, all right? And people not conforming to this devil like they were before, because guess what? When you put a light in darkness, you're exposing the darkness. So this devil is being exposed for what he is and who he truly is, and he's trying to stop us. That's why when you look at YouTube, let's see. Yeah, whatever, dude. All right, that's why when you look at YouTube, man, they are censoring everything people say, man. Certain words you can't even say. That's why the elders told us to go to Odyssey, man. This devil is doing that. Why? We know why. Because he don't want his truth to get out. He can't stop it. He can't stop it. When you read Acts the 5th chapter, Gamaliel say, don't you know, let those men alone. Don't you know if we mess with these men and God be for them, then when you fight against the Most High? All right, that's what the so-called white man's doing, man. Okay? Let them be thy own and not strangers with thee. All right, so the philosophies that we're supposed to learn is supposed to be the Middle Eastern philosophy that come out of this glorious gospel. All right? Because our book is Middle Eastern. All right. So the water, when he say, let the waters, all right, and let them be thy own and not the strangers with thee. We're not supposed to be living according to this Western philosophies, man. All right. Our book is from the Middle East, and it has Middle Eastern principles and Middle Eastern philosophies that is an enmity with what we've learned and been taught over here in America. And everybody that's still living according to this Western wine are going to be destroyed utterly. All right, utterly. All right. And I'm gonna leave off of this scripture. This is Isaiah, the book of Isaiah. Tripping, bro. Bear with me, I'm having technical difficulties. Like it. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 9. And it reads, woe unto them that strive with his maker. Woe unto him that strive with his maker. How the fuck do you strive with your maker? All right. Your maker has given you a book of instructions to live by. Okay. He's giving you do's and he's giving you don'ts. All right. When you do what he say don't do, you're striving with your maker. So something simple as eating a pork chop, you're striving with your maker. All right. Something as simple as saying a woman is equal to a man, you're striving with your maker. Something as simple as going in the voting booth, pressing those buttons for a fucking heathen to rule over you, you're striving with your maker. And that word woe means destruction. So woe to him who strives against his maker. Okay? Let the potsherd strive with the potherds of the earth. With the clay, say, damn, what the fuck? Salakia. Tripping, man. All right. Shall the clay say unto him that fashioneth, what makes thou? Or the work he have no hands? All right. So when you're looking at a person that's making pots in the ancient world, all right, they used to form the pot. They used to use their foot to make it spin, and they would form the vessel how they wanted to. Just imagine if the pot told the person that was created it, hey man, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. All right. That's what you do with your maker when you transgress his word. You're telling him he don't know what he did. He don't know what he's doing. All right. And what are you going to do to a clay if it start telling you don't know what you're doing? You're going to break the whole fucking vessel. Okay. That's what Yahweh Shema Shai is going to do to those that transgress his word and don't submit to his word. All right. Woe to him that said unto his father, what begettest thou, or the woman, what hast thou brought forth? All right. Thus saith Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, and his maker. Ask me things to come concerning my sons and concerning the work of my hands. Command ye me. And the things to come is that everybody that has strived against his maker, against your maker, everyone that has transgressed his word, all right, you're going to be utterly destroyed. Everyone that has submitted to his word and conformed to this word, all right, the kingdom of heaven awaits you, but you got to endure to the end. You got to cleave to this word and hold fast to it. And Yahweh Shema Shai put a crown on your head in the final hour, man, in the last, when he beams us up, all right? We go to that ceremony that you read about in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, all right? So with that, how about Shema Shai willing, it was edifying to the hearers. I'm going to give giving and honors to my Heavenly Father, my great King, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Harakakodash. Double honors to my teachers, apostles of great millstone, salutations to my fellow ladies in Yahweh Shai. Kwam Yasharala, Abba, Abba.